Hey there everyone and welcome to another community tournament from Neo Monsters. This was another tournament organised on the Discord and it's known as No Need for Speed, which again you'll understand in a second when we look at the rules. So this was organised by Interference rather than SaSSolino like the last one. However, SaSSolino did help out a bit, and if you want to join the Discord in order to, be part of one of these tournaments or otherwise just be part of the community there, there's lots of tips and otherwise just, stuff that you can chat with people in the community. The link is in the description to join the Discord, so do go check that out. So the tournament rules, well, the reason why it's called No Need for Speed is because the max total team speed is 150. You cannot go above 150. I guess you can go below. You don't have to be exactly that. It's just the maximum. So it's a lot of low speed monsters that you put in, or you could put, a couple of high speed monsters, but those are the only monsters you can have in your team. This is basically a better version of what they did last time. The last community tournament from Discord was the 4v4 tournament where you just had a front line and that was it, just 4 monsters. And basically that was dominated by strategies like one-on-one or just really high speed sweeping. The person who won that, he used basically 2 different teams. One was the strongest one-on-one team in the tournament, and the other one was a life flip desperate all team, which is like 80-90% speed type stuff, sweeping the enemy team. So this is kind of a fixed version of that that's improves the diversity, and as you'll see across the videos, we have a lot better diversity in the teams. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So it's best of 3. And you can change teams between the matches. It's not like, loser changes, anything like that. And then the ban list, pretty similar to last time. Got a couple of kind of really annoying monsters to deal with in this kind of scenario, like Aura Dragon. Aura Dragon's really slow. Bastia as well is a very slow monster that's incredibly powerful. So they just wanted to remove that. Although interestingly, thinking about it now, Bastia, the main thing about it is it stops entrances. Maybe they just didn't want the healing, the salvation or something like that, but you could have that on Mogenator, to be honest. Anyway, Bastia was out, and a couple of other really annoying monsters that are, slow and can be used in a front line to great effect. As well as the Thugs. They didn't want the whole one-on-one plus Thugs because each of the Thugs are slow. So you could probably run a one-on-one with the Slugs, and it would be like that. As well as Awakened Mythics, because they want this to be a little bit more accessible to some of the newer players who don't have really strong monsters. And then Death Revenge, Mirror Revenge, that type of stuff. Summon Guardians also a little worried about, because Chronosaurus is very slow, so it can be there and then create all these extra monsters that, can cause problems to the opponent. It's a little bit of an unfair advantage maybe. And Link Double Give Turn as well, just not too much give turn shenanigans. There's a fair amount of give turn in the teams, you'll see, but they're probably just worried about the Link Double Give Turn kind of loop stuff. Even though you can't give turn to double give turn anymore, but it can still, you can push a little bit too many give turns together in that. Anyway, moving on to the tournament structure. So this is a bit complicated, so I decided to create a slide here that we can talk through quickly. So on the left we have the 8 people who entered this tournament, and on the bottom you can see what I'm going to be doing each of the videos. There's going to be 4 videos covering this tournament because there are a lot of battles. While this looks complicated, ultimately what it means is people only go out of the tournament if they lose against 2 different people. So rather than it being a full knockout, the first person you lose against you're out, it's actually 2 losses that you need to get before you go out. So everyone's in round 1, and then in round 2, the 4 winners of the round 1, they face each other in 2 battles, and the 4 losers of round 1, they face each other in 2 battles. And then what happens is the 2 winners of the top 2 battles here, they move into round 3 and face each other, and ultimately the person who wins that battle, they go to the grand final. They've basically, kind of won overall what would have been the knockout, but they've got 1 more battle to do. And the other 2, the other 4 people, the other 2 battles there, they are each people who have won a battle, then lost a battle, or lost a battle, then won a battle, and so they go against each other, and then those go into 1 more battle, where the winners of those 2 battles, they face each other, and then ultimately to the grand final, where the person in the grand final from the losing side, they lost their first battle, but then they won every single battle since, and so they're in it, and then the other person has won every battle and they're in it. And to make this a fair thing, if the person who went through the loss and then they win all the time, if they manage to beat the person who won all their battles, then actually there's a second set of battles. So the person who's won the three battles to begin with, they actually have to lose twice in that grand final in order to actually lose overall. So the way I'm splitting it up is this video is round 1, the second video is round 2, the third video is round 3, which is slightly shorter. We've got 3 battles in there, or 3 sets of battles, and then video 4 is going to be doing the round 4, that battle there, and then also the grand final. So that's how we're splitting it up, and yeah, we can move on. So round 1, these are the matchups. We've got SaSSolino against Tanbeer, Alvarez against Djbasak, Axel against BlazingStorm, and then Doggo against AidanGC. We're going to do them in this order, so we're going to start off with SaSSolino versus Tanbeer. So we're seeing this from SaSSolino's side, as you can see here, and SaSSolino's gone with a full sort of give turn plus sleep stuff, while Tanbeer's gone with Link Shadow, and there wasn't much stun. Well, Nova Drake is a bit of a problem with the stun there, and actually with Yin in the team, very, very clever choice there, because it works with a Link Shadow, as well as having time freeze means that if he was able to stun, then the person can't give turn to their stun stuff. So Tanbeer's come up with a full counter here for SaSSolino's team. Wraith Captain came in there, sleeped the guard totem, bit unfortunate, any of the other ones would have been better, and he went for a blood clone next. Personally, what I would have done probably would be just risk the sleep double and just try and sleep Esperai and Nova Drake, but he went for the blood clone next. And then really unfortunately, this second Wraith Captain coming in hit the same monster. It slept guard totem again, and he can't give turn to the Wraith Captain to then, do a sleep double or do a blood clone next again. So unfortunately, his Flutter Drake Salvia is pretty useless, and that Nova Drake on Tanbeer's side has got its kills, well, at least one kill, I think. So that's going to be a big problem. He can't really do anything here, so after a bit of time deliberating, he decides to just, let it pass and let the 30 seconds pass. So he can hopefully take down, line up the give turn later, but dealing with that yin and yang is going to be really tricky. So Esperai takes down the team turn before it does its team turn. Well, actually, it can't even do it because of the time freeze. He tries to sleep the Nova Drake, but it fails. So the opponent's able to take down Wraith Captain before it gets a turn. In hindsight, actually, Esperai probably would have been better off killing the Wraith Captain rather than Mechaleviathan, because he was actually risking Nova Drake being put to sleep there. But either way, there's no way SaSSolino can come back from this, so Tanbeer's got the first battle. He's just got to finish it off with a couple of hits. So round 2, if Tanbeer can do this, then he's through to the next round. So SaSSolino's side again, and SaSSolino's gone with a more stun protected build. Tanbeer went with very similar setup here, using Flutter Drake Clover rather than I can't remember what the monster's name is, to be honest, but Flutter Drake Clover is better for this probably. And anyway, so the stun gets absorbed by Arboratus. He has a choice now to take down something. Nova Drake, Clover, Esperai. He went for Yin. I have no idea why he went for that. SaSSolino spoke with me about this, and he said he made really bad mistakes. What would have been excellent there is if he went and hit the, I think it's the Esperai? I can't remember exactly now, but basically he could have lined it up. Oh, no, he could have hit Nova Drake, that's right. Then he could have done the Venom Chrono Killer on Esperai, and he would have had a turn with Oakthulu before Nova Drake got a turn. Now, Esperai wouldn't have died from the Venom Chrono Killer, but it wouldn't have been able to kill Oakthulu before Oakthulu got a turn. So Oakthulu would then be able to kill both Nova Drake and Esperai, and then there'd just be the Yin, the Yang. Oh no, it was Yin, sorry. And then there'd be a Flutter Drake Clover left, and I'm pretty sure he could win from that. He would have lost his Magazio, and, it would have been a bit of iffy stuff, but, pretty sure he could have won from that. So, unfortunately, he made that mistake, just made really bad choice going for Yin, and Tanbeer managed to finish up really quite nicely. So, Tanbeer won that battle, and he's through to the next round. Now, next we have Alvarez versus Djbasak. Apologies for the lower quality here, that's just, each of these have to be recorded by the people doing it. So, anyway, another Nova Drake here doing the stun wave at the beginning. Alvarez has a very interesting Perpy team, which he knows he needs to take down that Nova Drake. So he does True Hit on Nova Drake, and then has to chance a Headhunter around the Protector to try and hit Nova Drake, which unfortunately it gets blocked. So that Nova Drake's not going down anytime soon. There's give turn, there's like a team turn coming up as well at some point. And Alpha Gear's got Kinslayer to take down the Perpy right now. So it's charged its Bloodcrave. Unfortunately, the stun wave here was the thing that really won the battle. Although I'm spoiling a little bit here, but you can probably see, Nova Drake's gonna get the kills here. It's got a couple of kills. Now it's got the Raw Bloodthirst, and it can do the whole give turn stuff, so it can't really lose in this instance. He interestingly gets rid of his Gear Croc, that's so it can do the Raw Bloodthirst on Nova Drake, and he gives turn to try and finish off this Terragar, but Terragar has got the secret skill. If it just got a turn right at the beginning, it would have been excellent, but unfortunately, because Terragar was stunned, it can't really do a whole lot now. He tries to do a Sacrifice Purifying Heal, but there's no Rockoids in the reinforcements, so all he can do is the Slash All, and with Alpha Gear charged, it's going to get there. Terragar only needs one hit to kill it off. So great match here, nice little matchup. Nova Drake winning it yet again, but in a much more interesting way. I think Alvarez did a great job actually trying to go for Perpy. That's a very bold move, and would have been awesome if you could pull it off. So going into round 2, we're going to see it from Alvarez's side again. Now Alvarez has switched team, of course, and he's gone with a Link Shadow team with Anku Dragon, which Anku Dragon really helps out at this point, because the opponent went for Gear Croc again, and he could immediately Protector it, and then go into Pair Sleep to start sleep blocking. Terra Dragon was a bit of a weird choice to pair with Flutter Drake Clover. I think probably it was the case that he needed some shadow monster that was potentially quite strong, and he was just going to have it sit there on the field, and then, if Flutter Drake Clover died or whatever, if things went wrong, then Terra Dragon could come into play and use a poison gas and that kind of stuff. So I think that was the case. I mean, not everyone has a massive collection. So Anti-Stan got a turn here. It should probably do Fast Strike on Flutter Drake Clover, but either way, it's going to be really tricky here. I mean, Anku Dragon's got Charged Bloodcrave, and his Stormlock's asleep, so he can't do any control here. He decides to skip, which, doesn't really achieve anything, but I think he realises he's not going to be able to win it from this point. So I spread out the match just because it takes a little bit of time to clear out these monsters. But yeah, anyway, so he just needs to Dream Hunt and Bloodcrave from here. Anku Dragon is a brilliant choice, and we'll see it quite a few times in some of the teams, because when it's in the front line, it just, it doesn't die to its passive, and they've got to kill it at some point. I'm surprised actually Anku Dragon wasn't on the ban list. I think probably in hindsight, they would have put it on the ban list if they realised that it's a low-speed monster that has a lot of potential in this kind of rules. So round 3, because they've each won one now, Anku Dragon again gets to kill off the Gear Croc. In fact, the opponent has exactly the same team as they did last time. They're just hoping that, Alvarez has switched and that they'll be able to beat him in some way. So he takes a bit of time to decide exactly what he's going to do, and then goes ahead and does the Protector Killer when there's just a few seconds left. He doesn't have the other Flutter Drake for Pair Sleep, which I think he forgets for a second. But anyway, so he puts to sleep Stormlock, and then goes ahead and feasts Slug Becky. I'm actually thinking, why did he bother using the sleep there? He should have just really skipped and then gone straight into the Dream Hunt. But, doesn't really matter too much, because from here he's got the full sleep control, and he can start Dream Hunting his way through, killing off the enemies. So you can probably see Alvarez has won this one. Alvarez won this round, he's on to the next round, and Djbasak, unfortunately, has gone into the loser's side of the tournament. I was also a little bit surprised that he did Bloodcrave there. I mean, it almost didn't kill that monster, I think, as well. He should have done Dream Hunt. So next we have Axel versus BlazingStorm. Now, this is a very weird battle. Axel has built around Lemon in a very interesting way. So he's going to spam give turn to this Decio King, which is going to spam Sleep All. And the opponent's team is a very interesting one because they have Bauble Basher, which they built around. So their plan is to use Jumboid's Sacrifice Summon to create a load of rocks and charge Bauble Basher's Retribution. then Flutter Drake Salvia can give turn to the Bulbul Basher, and hopefully they just won't be able to kill off Bulbul Basher and he can spam the Slayer Bane and Retribution. However, this sleep control is kind of counters it, because Axel was just refusing to kill anything, and the Jumboid was hit by a sleep wall right at the beginning, so it wasn't able to sacrifice itself. So Axel spends ages desperately trying to sleep Bulbul Basher. He could have very easily at any point done the double Dream Hunt to kill Flutter Drake Salvia and Jumboid, and then, give turn, potent sleep on Bulbul Basher to finish it off. But for some reason, he just took ages doing this, and eventually it does get to the point where he's happily lined up. He actually goes for a double Dream Hunt there, but then realizes, oh no, they're both awake now, so he has to go and put them to sleep. And if he'd just done some skips earlier on, I think he was worried about the Bulbul Basher's turn lining up. He wanted Aegis Dragon to have a turn for Desperate Bite and stuff. It just took a little while. So this is on, it sped up. And eventually he does the Double Dream Hunt and then does exactly what I said with, oh no, he doesn't do it. I thought he did the give turn for the sleep. Instead he just skips and does the Desperate Bite there. So round 2, well, we have exactly the same team. Both people went for exactly the same team in this instance, so I've sped this up even more because in this time they took even longer. So the Jumboid on the other side didn't get put to sleep this time, so he was able to sacrifice himself, make these Rockoids, and in fact Bulbul Basher even did Ally Substitute on the Flutter Drake Salvia, so he has a bunch of Rockoids, and Axel is really worried about them, or this Bulbul Basher, he's just wants full control, full sleep control before doing anything. Bulbul Basher uses his 1 Retribution, which is charged. Lemon comes in, sleeps the whole team, sleeps everything, and then does the double Dream Hunt, and then you go into what we kind of had before. Now, strangely, that double Dream Hunt, he went for the Rockoid in 2nd position rather than 4th, and if you go and look it back, like, the 4th one was put to sleep ages before. It would have been better to try and kill that one, so then the 2nd one would still be asleep, and he could do the double Dream Hunt on Flutter Drake Salvia, which would have sped this up a bit. I think this whole clip was like 4.5 minutes long of a lot of fiddling around. So eventually it does that, goes to the Bulbul Basher. The Retribution on Lemon doesn't work, doesn't kill it off, it's too tanky. So from there he's just able to keep sleeping and getting through this all. So Axel won both battles there. He actually weirdly went for a sleep bomb there as well. But anyway, that was Axel's win. He's through to round 2. So now we have AidanGC against Doggo, otherwise known as Myth. And very fittingly, Doggo is using the 2 dogs, Inner Guard and Coma Guard. Unfortunately, Stun Killer takes down Coma Guard, which does drastically reduce the power of his team. But he is able to grab a kill with Anki Dragon right at the beginning there. And he's got, I think Halo Wolf has Give Turn. I don't think it's a Protector. But anyway, so they have a bit of back and forth. They don't really have critical moves. With this Yin, he goes for Kinslayer on Anki Dragon. No idea why. I think he should have done the Link Deathstroke. But as it turns out, Kinslayer actually puts Anki Dragon onto low health. So it can't, it would kill itself off to Bloodcrave. But then AidanGC decides to kill off the Anki Dragon. I think, unfortunately, this is one of these cases. AidanGC, I believe, is quite new to the game, and I mean absolutely no disrespect. That knowing the monster movesets is so important, and knowing not to kill Anki Dragon. I mean, he actually did it perfectly there, putting Anki Dragon down onto low health. If he'd left it there, it would have killed itself off to Bloodcrave, and then I think AidanGC could have pulled off this match and finished it off. But as it turns out, it all works out. And he gets to finish off the Anki Dragon with Kinslayer. Just took a bit of time killing off the other monsters. So round 2, we're watching this from AidanGC's side again. He's got exactly the same team. However, Doggo switched to a slightly different team with the Aegis Dragon and Anki Dragon. Aegis Dragon and Kamishogun. Now, the Time Strike and Dragon Knight, unfortunately, he shouldn't have done the Giga Flame there. If he did Stun Killer and stuff, Kamishogun couldn't have done Time Strike. He might have risked sudden death, and it could have worked in his favour. But anyway, that's what happened. So Anki Dragon grabs a kill off Gold Fleece yet again. And from here, it's going to be really, really tricky. So he uses Lucifer to damage a couple of monsters. Aegis Dragon can't give turn, and in fact, this Yin can get a kill on Aegis Dragon with a Link Deathstroke. But both of these enemy monsters have their blood moves charged, so they're able to finish off what AidanGC has left. So there we go. So they each have one win, and that's Doggo and AidanGC. So we move into the third battle. This third battle, AidanGC decided to mix things up, but Doggo's gone with the same team. So what he's using here are sleep monsters. There's a mixture of Sleepall and Dream Hunt. That's his kind of idea. And Anchor Dragon can't actually grab a kill at the beginning. So it goes ahead and risks the Sleepall. Now, unfortunately, Shogun's actually sleep immune, but it does hit Aegis Dragon, which is the one purifier, which is excellent. Would have been great if it hit Anchor Dragon too, but unfortunately, you know, you can't have everything. So he does the Dream Hunt, puts Aegis Dragon down to 1 HP. But from here, it's going to be very, very tricky again. He can't do a whole lot. He looks at his yin, trying to work out how best to use this. And he goes for Kinslayer on Anchor Dragon. I don't think he realised that it was going to be protected. But, you know, that's how it is. So from here, he's only got weak monsters that can't really do a whole lot of damage. He's lost his one way to sleep the opponent. He had that one Sleepall monster. Anchor Dragon doesn't have a kill, but Shogun does. So he decides to skip rather than attack. He should have really just attacked, because Shogun has Blood Fury charged, kills off the Lucifer, and then from here, you know, unfortunately it's going to be a loss. So overall, it was Doggo who won this battle. Won this set of 3 battles. So we're going to look at the leaderboard in a second to see who's progressed to the round 2 and who's gone into the loser's side of round 2. Now that Eternal Revenge actually hits the yin, which is pretty funny, so it doesn't actually kill off one of the enemies, but there's no chance of the Link Holy or anything like that, and he just carefully kills off all the other monsters first. Now the opponent actually disconnected here, but the win did get given to Doggo just because he'd clearly won this battle. It was just very unfortunate that he disconnected, and I think AidanGC was very kind and decided it was unfair to claim the win just because of a disconnect. So this was the end of round 1. In the battles, Tanbeer won that first one. Alvarez, Axel and Doggo are the other 3 that are going into round 2. The other 4, they've gone into the loser side of round 2, which doesn't mean that they're out of the tournament yet, just means that if they lose a second battle, that they're going to be out of the tournament. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do check out round 2, which is going to be coming out very soon.